Greetings. Did you know what the secret behind big airlines, credit card companies, big grocery stores, retail shops? And maybe you want to implement that into your business and you can quadruple your success, maybe 10x, maybe even more. I don't know that part. However, you need to watch this short, very short conversation, relax, and this will open up your mind. And in fact, I have been searching for this level of knowledge for a while, and finally I got my special guest today. Such a coincidence, we are in the same city. In case you don't know me, my name is Mohammed Siddique. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, the host of Growth Hacking Show, where we bring serial entrepreneurs and guests with a high caliber who have achieved something in their life and they are willing to share it with you, so that way you can grow your business and duplicate their success based on whatever they're going to share with you. So please join me to welcome my guest, Joe Mediate. Joe, welcome.
Hey, how are you today? Well, I'm glad to be here and enjoy the time here with you.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm going to share your screen on your LinkedIn profile, so you're welcome to connect with Joe Mediate. He is from Alpharetta, Georgia, and I'm from Sewanee, so we are like probably less than 20 miles away. In fact, I'm going to meet him very soon, someday, when he is available. Look at how much he is open. He is sharing his email and the phone number right on the profile. Very impressive profile, founder of a tech startup from conception to exit, navigating to a successful sale. I would say, yeah, that has a hell lot of experience. That's why we all lose our hairs in that whole process. And since then, he has been working on many, many things. You can read his profile and connect with him. He has the expertise to help you to grow your business. I can tell you for sure, one of the things is the loyalty of your customers. Why is it important? Because that's how you make the most money. And Joe, before you spill all the beans of your success, I'm going to start with you with a simple question. Joe, where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to do these amazing things in your business life?
It's such a great question, because you have to be inspired to get into business. And because at the beginning, it's so difficult to start a business, do all the things necessary to get that business successful, and sometimes pay your employees before you actually get paid. So this is the fun part about starting a company and the hard part about starting a company. But the real reward of starting something from scratch and building it is just so amazing, and that's really what gets me excited in the morning. But to tell you the truth, I at a very young age was involved in a startup called Wise Technology, and we were a very small PC and terminal manufacturer. And quite frankly, we had one thing that really stood out for us. We had this awesome design, this beautiful computer design that people just loved. And we took that company from $5 million a year to $550 million and took it public. So just a great, great time. And there were some really great people there who inspired me to just love startups, just love taking a concept and bringing it through to reality. So that's a little bit about me. There are people who like to start things, and there are people who like to run things. And I think the combination of starting and running a business is the combination that really makes people successful, because you need different people along the way and different strategies along the way. And that's where the fun begins.
That is great. So from that experience of conception, starting and having a nice exit on the other side, and I'm sure you have a lot of things in that to share. I'm going to ask you a few simple questions, so that way we can drain from your experience in a nutshell. So what are the top 3 missteps to avoid to grow your business? Because you've been there already.
I think the number one thing you have to think about is everything is 10 times harder than you think it is. And this is one of the biggest mistakes people make, is they think they need a little bit of money, but they actually need 10 times more than they think. And the effort to get people to get on board with you, the actual getting your staff to go down the same road as you want to go down, is 10 times harder than you think. because they don't buy into it. They don't like the concept. They think they're smarter than you because they work somewhere better than you did, or whatever that concept is. But it's always 10 times harder to get funding operationally, and then actually execution. And, you know, because you think the market, because you like it, you think the market is going to accept it. That's not always true, right? So you're learning along the way. So I think the biggest misstep is underestimating how long it's going to take, how much money you're going to need, and how you're going to bring your team along with you. So those three things are really important to me: money's team, and market acceptance. Because I believe, and this is off topic a little bit, but I believe you shouldn't have a solution in search of a problem. You should have a problem in search of a solution. And, you know, that's the fourth thing I want to add to that little.
So it's like a build and they will come. That doesn't happen. So
that's over. Build the internet and they will come. That's been invented.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Thank you so much. That's a big, in fact, I second that one. You know, I had a nice exit from my company. We started from $694. In fact, that was not even my own money, my partner's credit card, you know, so. And we had a nice exit, and the reality is throughout this 12 years of journey together, everything was 10x. Reward was 10x too when it worked. When it didn't work, even challenges, issues were facing were 10x. Whatever we were estimating, it was taking 10 times more efforts. And I wish we had met that almost 20 years ago, you know. Joe, I appreciate it. Let's get enough about the mistakes. You know, we all do mistakes. We don't admit it publicly. That's in fact. So let's get on. What are your success secrets to grow your business?
Well, I think success.
Give me top three.
Top three. You know, the top number one is determination, right? You have to be determined to make it happen. So, but before that determination gets away from you, you have to sit down, step back, and have a plan. And I think too many people go out and without a plan, without a strategy to implement that plan. So, right, strategy, a good tactical plan, let's go implement. Most people just say, let's just go do it. And I get this with our company all the time. I'll get people to call us and say, we just need to get an advertising program in place to get it to go. We need more sales, so here's money to go advertise. Well, what are we advertising, right? What is it that we're selling? What is it that we want people to buy? And what are those? So I think the thing is planning. Let's plan. And then realize that you have to stay on top of the plan. Right? And don't just let the plan run away and not keep on coming back and right doing little shifts back and forth to make sure it's on track. So plan, make sure your plan is on track, and then monitor the plan. I can't say enough about that. And don't, you know, entrepreneurs, all entrepreneurs, myself included, we're ADD in some senses, right? We have this great idea, let's go. Well, get that first idea and go. And then once that's successful, do your second idea. So don't get too far ahead of yourselves. It's really a piece of advice that I really like to give people.
Once they are successful, thank you so much. Once they are successful, regarding your expertise of creating a loyalty programs for their customers to sell more. So in case you have a retail, you know, like share with us a little bit more. That I'm going a little bit off topic. However, I think that's a really great. You have a unique expertise what you offer to other customers.
Such a great question. Such a great loyalty programs, depending on the business that you're in, of course, are extremely important because, you know, the airlines, the hotels, you can see what they've done with loyalty programs. I'll personally use a Marriott, let's just say, because I'm going to get, you know, another 200 points tonight, then go to the Hyatt, which might be at a more convenient location. So loyalty programs are important. But the other thing it does with the loyalty program is pull your people in to be part of your company, right? You're rewarding them for being loyal to you. And that's the key to this is put your program in place, make sure it's easy to sign up, make sure that you reward the people for doing things and whatever that may be, you know, after the fourth, the fourth trip to your store, you get something. After so much money, you get something. But you have to give something to get something. But the thing that you get with loyalty programs is information. You get information on what these people are buying. And I'm going to give you a grocery store example. With grocery store loyalty, we know that you come in on every Tuesday and Thursday, and you probably buy a liter of Coke and a bag of potato chips. Well, don't you think that on Monday you might want to send a coupon to that person because you know they're going to buy it, and you give a discount on Coke and it with some potato chips? Just rude example, of course. But loyalty programs work, but they're very difficult to set up, and you have to think them through. Don't just set it up and say, you know, for the third sandwich you buy, you get a free one. Well, everybody does that, and how exciting is that? So give it some thought. Don't just go through the motion, so to speak.
So that way the people who are buying from you, they keep coming back to you instead of going to your competitor one-off, you know. That's how you really...
It works. And you have to remember, if you're in the restaurant business, you know, it takes at least 3 to 4 visits before those people will become loyal to your restaurant. So know when that person comes in, it's a first-time customer. And, you know, some fun things to do are, if they're a first-time customer, give them a white napkin instead of the red napkin you give everybody else. So your server knows that's the first time they're in. So at the end of the visit, you say, hey, here's a coupon to come back. And next time you come back, you get a free meal. Or you get a free dessert or something to, again, draw them back. But if you think about how simple that is, but how hard that is to think about if you're in the restaurant business. Because what you're doing is just running around and making sure the meals are on time, and you open on time, and the staff is there on time. I'm saying take a little more thought and think about that white napkin. Everybody in your staff knows that table is a new first-time customer. And
now you can change your words. Welcome, thank you. So it's like everything changes. How when you meet someone first time or you meet third time, it's everything. Your language is not the same with the person.
It's different. And when and the next time you give them a blue napkin because that's the second time. And then you offer at the end of that meal, you know, half-price bottle of wine. And again, I'm using the restaurant example just to give people ideas.
Yeah, every time you have to kind of layer them into the next sale, they have to come back for the next thing. Yeah.
Lead them into the next sale. So it becomes routine, because once a process becomes routine, you know, coming to your store, coming to your restaurant, then it becomes second nature for people. It's hard to change them from the routine.
Definitely, definitely. No, it's a great example. And what type of industries from your client base are using it successfully, you know?
You know, our most fun is coming from companies who have multiple locations and they have a big footprint, right? And that means, you know, not just one store in Atlanta, but maybe a store in Chicago, a store in Miami, so on and so forth. So that really works, or multiple stores in the same city. But the people who are successful with us have been grocery stores, independent grocery stores. We've done very well with car dealers, and then of course, and doctors, but specialty doctors. So those have been very successful for us because they're selling something different. But let me give you a grocery store and a car dealer example. I'll do the car dealer first. So you can take your mobile phone, and we can track people who are in the area looking to buy.
Scary.
But the way we track them is they're looking to buy a Ford F-150, let's say. And the reason we know they're looking to buy a Ford F-150 because they went to 4 Ford dealerships in the last 3 weekends, and their searches online have been Ford F-150. Yeah. So we know that this person is in market ready to buy a car. We, at that point, will have our car dealers advertise to those individuals.
Makes sense, yeah.
The other thing is we want to do is try to limit their ad spend. So once we see somebody at a car dealer for 8 hours, and it's not our car dealership, he probably bought a car. Stop advertising to him for the next 3-4 months.
So marketing is spend it wisely where it's working instead of you're wasting after the same person, you know?
Yes. So we're trying to leverage and maximize your ad spend based on certain things that we never knew 2 years ago. We never knew a year ago. We now have the ability to check that, to find that out. But going to my one more example in the grocery store, we've taken independent grocery stores with our loyalty program. We know what they're buying. We also know the frequency because we have their cash register data, and we know through the mobile phone how many times they visit us. So we can triangulate a lot of things and then offer them relevant deals based on tons of information. You know, every week he comes to buy the Coke, or every third Thursday he buys spare ribs because he has a barbecue. So we start to build a profile that we can advertise them with relevant, not just advertise them with junk, so to speak, but with relevant that gets them excited.
That's why when they see the ad, they say, oh, this is so good because it's really matching them based on their habits.
It's based on their habits. And, you know, people are creatures of habit. They like, you know,
yeah.
But taking another step further, one step further, I'm going to, you know, really kind of get you going here. But what if we say to Pepsi, we know all the guys who buy Coke on Tuesday and Thursday in Atlanta at our supermarket. Well, isn't that a great way for Pepsi to go advertise a discount coupon to those Coke buyers? So there's multiple ways to look at this, not just from a selfish point of view, from a competitive point of view as well. So we can implement things to the manufacturers who want to get into new marketplaces.
Yeah, that's great.
That gets pretty fun at that point.
Yeah, no, I have been thinking like 1,000 miles per hour. So, oh my God, you know. So Joe, thank you so much. This is great information, and I'm sure you're watching this. You say, oh my God, I can use it in my business. So Joe, how you are getting clients right now? How you are growing your business right now? So.
Well, the obvious great point is make sure you take care of the customers you have.
Yeah.
Right, that's number one. And those people will refer you to new customers. So with that in mind, right, that's elementary, and hopefully everybody gets that. That's baseline. But, you know, talk to your customers frequently throughout the year. Don't just let them be. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them how you are. So that's one aspect. And of course, ask if they have friends and they have people that they know. But more importantly, we are very, very active on organic search. So if people who are searching for certain things that we sell, we will come up. We come up incredibly well. So search engine optimization has been an investment that we made 7 or 8 years ago, that we were going to be very active in organic search, and we continue to do that. We then do some retargeting ads. So people who visited us, we want to make sure that we are reaching out to them constantly so they remember, you know, Webociti. That's kind of an interesting name. You might not really remember it. Calls Webociti. A lot of people will call it.
Yeah.
So my point being is we do that. And then we do some very creative marketing with your mobile phones. And we'll help grocery stores, for example, you know, find out that, you know, you're missing an opportunity here to advertise to these people. So we'll reach out to people and give them a solution.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. So one is the SEO. From Google, people are coming to you, and you have so many industries. Like you are not in like one thing. Automotive is a different approach. Real estate is a different. Legal, e-commerce, retail, insurance, home. You're covering it all.
Well, you know, and it's funny how you get into these other industries, because a buddy who owns a car dealership has another friend who's a doctor.
Yeah.
And they'll say, hey, can you go work with them? Or, you know, a lawyer who knows a doctor. So that's how we got into a lot of the industries. But the base business that we started out with was retail. We were doing business to consumer marketing, and that's how we got into the grocery stores. We work with over 5,000 independent grocery stores across the country. Mm-hmm. And those grocery stores are wildly successful against the big retail chains because of the stuff we've implemented.
Yeah. Based on, you don't print a flyer until it's really made for that person, basically, based on their habits, all the.
Well, and don't forget, I'm going to give you one more example if you don't mind. We worked with independent grocery stores to get coupon redemption. So they have the manufacturer's coupons. Yeah. We've worked with the retailers and the manufacturers and the credit card companies. Those coupons used to take 3 to 4 weeks for the shopper or the grocery store to get their money. We actually give it to them the same day. So
Oh.
a good grocery store will have $1 million worth of coupons out in a given week. So that's a heck of a lot of money when you're talking 3-4 weeks to get $1 million a week back.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
we work with them because that was an issue for them, and we have coupons redeemed that exact same day. So you imagine how much money we're putting back into their system.
Helping their cash flow, because many can't even survive with that much money sitting, waiting.
Yeah, because coupons up until the point of redemption are and you think of the sense, they're manual. You know, you get a coupon over email, you get a coupon. That's kind of an automated manual process, and we automated the process all the way through. How much fun is that?
Yeah. No,
so that happened through just working with the grocery stores, finding out what they didn't like, what they needed, how can we market, and then we said, what's your biggest problem? Coupons.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
And that's how we got there. That was a 2-year project, by the way.
Yeah. No, however, the big thing, I can see the, cash stuck somewhere in the waiting to be coming next week. It's like, it's instant, because the money keep flowing, never stops at anywhere.
Yeah, and you realize grocery store is very low margin business.
Yeah. So how the growth hacking show community can support you?
Well, I think the way we can support each other is really a good way to look at it, is just through flow of information, flow of ideas. Is if you have problems, you and I would love to know about them, and perhaps we can add some suggestions. You may not work with us, but we can just talk and work together on solving some problems that you may have not thought about today, don't have the budget for today, but in the future you will. So we can get you thinking. And again, that's the key. Thinking about marketing, thinking about not just today's sales, how am I going to market myself in the future?
Yeah.
Because I have several people who are still doing print ads, meaning newspaper and magazines, and they can't see an ROI. And I'm trying to bring them over to the internet and digital marketing. And they just don't know how to do it. And we're helping them understand it better. So I think that's a way we can help you.
And this is what you're sharing is not simply a digital advertising. This is a very intelligent, data-driven. There's no a guesswork here, so.
There's no guesswork here. The guesswork is gone, where the days you just threw out an ad to, 100,000 people. Well, that doesn't work anymore. Well, it could work if you have a very big budget like a Coca-Cola, but it doesn't work for, the average, small and medium-sized business.
Thank you, Joe. Joe, as we wrap up, what would you say as a final word?
My final word is bring marketing and sales together into your business and look at the two as one and stop looking at the two as two separate pieces. You have to spend marketing to grow your business. So spend money on marketing and use it wisely. And that's where we can help you, is think about how marketing and sales become like this instead of our sales department and our marketing department. Get them to talk.
Yeah, and then they point finger with each other. Okay, that's another topic.
Let's have a strategy, right? Let's have a strategy going forward. Anyway, that's my final word.
Thank you so much, Joe, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Show community and my entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, wishing you good luck, good sales. I do have a path again with another amazing guest. Until then, all good wishes.